story, your community. And I'm very proud of each and every one of you. But I'd like to take a few moments here for personal reflection about one of them in particular. Some people can write $1 million check. Others have $1 million ideas, touching millions of people, millions of lives, and celebrating community, faith, and creativity. Wells Church and WellsFest have had a very special meaning to me. In 1983, when Vivian Piggott and I decided to enter into the holy matrimony of this world, she, a recovering Catholic, me, a recovering Baptist, we had no church home. I checked around and someone said, "Do you know Keith Conkle? He'll marry anybody." I quickly made a phone call and came to meet with Keith and asked if in fact he would marry Vivian and I. He agreed, and beyond that he also offered this beautiful place. And we were pleased that we were able to come here, be wedded. And we had a ceremony, Keith, very much like today. A lot of musicians, a lot of fun, a lot of sort of odd characters in the audience. We ended up married. At the end of the day, my father gave me a few bills and he said, "Go pay the preacher, son." I approached the preacher, I gave him the money, he said, "No, thank you. I am paid by the church to do the Lord's work." I was pleased because I thought perhaps I would keep the money. I went back to my father and I said, "Dad, good news. The preacher receives no extra money for marrying people." And he said, "That's terrible, son. You must find a way to repay this man for what he has done for you." And for those of you who knew my father, he was very stern and he was very direct. He didn't mince his words, and when he told me to do something, I didn't have much choice. Of course, there wasn't much I could do if the man wouldn't take the money. But at the time, the talents I had that God had given me were creating events, putting on festivals, and having music and live music and gathering the artists. So once again, I called Keith and I said, "I got a problem. I need to come and talk to you." He was happy to see me. I said, "I got to do something for you. My dad insists that I pay you in some way." And he says, "What's your idea?" I said, "Well, all I know how to do is create events." I said, "And I noticed when we were getting married that you had there was some signage up about a building fund. I wonder if you'd allow me to put on an event and raise some money for your building fund." He said, "Sure, why not? I'll form a committee," and he did, and WellsFest was born. And it has blessed me and this community and this church in many ways. At some point along the way, after we got this thing up and running, and I will say this, that it benefits many, many good community organizations. And it was only that first year that the church actually received the money. From then on, it's gone.